We just got into the first venue at our prize. Right now we're actually in Grand Rapids, and I went to Michigan State, so I really wanted to check out their venue, and it's in this big empty warehouse. Come on, let's just start. A lot of these people are some of the grad students, so this is Steve Byback. Over there is Grace Frost. It's another one of Steve's pieces. And I believe this was a piece that Janelle and Russell worked on. This is their collaboration piece, which is currently growing. Can you hear this? Wheatgrass? Is that what it is? And this is the tail of a peacock they said they were working on, which is gigantic actually. It takes up a huge space. It's got some trashy animals. Oh, this looks like Ben Clory's stuff. With all that wood. Ooh. Hello. Oh, those tiles are really thick. Like, thicker than I would have thought when I saw them in the pictures. Let's see, this is my hand. That's how thick that is compared to my hand. Oh, they sit really nice on top of it. This is the whole space right there. Ooh, looks like we got some work by Brandon Abermas. He's from Detroit. So went to Michigan State. Big deal to know. I actually don't know her, but I like how this has got all these little things actually remind me a lot of the shape of the actual piece, so that's kind of fun. Spencer Corbet. Jen Claire Gawar. She's actually also from Michigan State, but she went to Wayne State for her master's. For printmaking, I thought, and she's got a video. Interesting. Rob Kalmiski, I really love his abstract work. He's got a lot of great textures with colors. The guy works thick. And this looks like a really ambitious piece. I like the size of this. I used to actually see more of like earth tones stuff from him and smaller in scale. Lisa Simon, she also got a master's from Michigan State. And I remember seeing her work, but it was much less narrative, I think. This looks like it's involving a lot of frames that are made up of the very things that are actually in the paintings themselves. That's pretty cool. Beautiful detail work, but also putting that right up next to the ceramic is really nice. I like how a lot of the artists kind of look like they fit with this really raw space. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Oh, Michelle Word. Thank God I get to see her stuff in real life. She gets so detailed. She works with like a lot of cut paper. Sometimes she makes it, sometimes she finds it. She used to get all geeked out about talking about the specialty papers she could find. But this is just the details. So you can imagine how cool that is when you realize that her work is pretty big. Wonderful. I'm gonna keep zooming up on details. Just love the macro and micro scale of her work. Looks like some things kind of pop out more than I'm used to. Very cool. Oh, Lisa Trudeau's piece. I almost would have passed it just because it really feels like it should be outdoors or at least part of the infrastructure of this place. Oh man, I totally didn't notice it. This is like actual ceramic work instead of like, oh no, it's not soil. It's like shinier than soil. Good thing I didn't just walk into this. Dion Foster's piece. Whoa. Looks like some kind of head or some kind of floating body or something. It's an amazing effect. And all he did was put up these really big trash bags, but it totally gets really dark in here. Gonna make it meet up again.
Self-reflection.
Man, there's some really experimental work in here. Fun. Hey Russell, how's it going, man? Oh, I'm so happy you're here. So how do you feel about the Peacock now that it's all finished and gigantic?
Pretty good. There's a little bit of some technical stuff that could be better,
Yeah?
but people don't seem to mind. It's a little smelly.
Uh-huh. Wait, what's the smell exactly?
The rotting seed.
Oh.
The areas where we kind of planted the seeds overly dense.
Uh-huh. So actually
Could have
some
had
of
a
it
little
dies because
better.
it's so dense?
Yeah, and then some of the seeds are decomposing.
Can you tell me a little bit about like what you've been working on? I mean, has this all just been sitting in your studio growing and then you've been
No, we
mastering?
planted it in the space.
Oh, you mean
Brought
like
out the empty
practicing
stuff. Oh,
how to
practicing
get this all
drawing?
to work? Yeah.
Yeah, we've been practicing some, but I haven't been able to run a full-size trial.
So this really is the full deal.
Yeah, this is the first. It was a wet one.
Can you actually stand by the Peacock so we can get a sense of scale?
I'm 6'4".
Like even these checkers are like really huge, so that's the size difference. So how long did it take you and Janelle to put this all together? I mean, did someone just have a truck and like different sections of the bird came in it?
MSU brought out a truck, and the bird is 3 pieces. There's just 3 screws that hold up the whole bird.
Wow, so that's pretty light then.
Yeah, it's empty metal. It's like metal.
I'm surprised how well the trash blends in as color. I mean, like, there's a definite blue that comes from all these types of products. Like, I wish there was a name for that type of hilariously fake blue. But then this green is actually really calming. Like, comes off as seaweed, even though it's parts of plastic and paper bag stuff. And then this is just so like fresh looking compared to the rest of that. And it even has like the blue edges. What a nice touch to the buckets. So have you been around much? Do you think there's as like in-depth work as this in other places, or do you think this is kind of a rarity of the whole art prize venue?
There's some interesting installation-based work, and there's some stuff that is impressive.
Sweet. Have you been able to see some of the performances that are going on outside and stuff?
Not so much.
Maybe they'll be around. So what's all this foam?
That's just blast in the water with keep a little bit of oxygen in it. Just the raw juice foam.
I love how ambitious this is. I mean, did you ever think that you'd be working on this kind of scale once you left Michigan State?
Well, I mean, the whole having 2 people working on it kind of made it possible.
Does this one light really provide enough light for all this peat moss to grow?
Yeah, I mean, this still fits technically under micro. It's called microgreens, which, I mean, really is not even, this much light might not even be required.
Wow.
I don't know.
Where'd you first hear of like microgreens and get interested in it as a medium?
I pushed a button on a machine bottling fertilizer all day.
Oh wait. That doesn't explain how you first got interested in this as a medium, though.
It became possible to get into. I mean, I've always grown stuff with my family and things, and then through this job bottling hydroponic fertilizers, it just opened up a new.
Oh, okay. That's what the job was.
Yeah, it was. So the research guy over there is quite knowledgeable, and I looked into a few books on my own.
Very cool. That was Russell from Basement 414 and other stuff that he does.